Hello, everyone.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight.
We're happy to be with you. And I know we're distanced and we've been distanced for a while, but we are still making great music, having a good time, and doing I think, an amazing job. And both Miss Kirby and I feel like the students at home have really done a fantastic job. They're doing work, they are singing, we are listening, and we are doing our best to make music. It's never easy. It's never easy when we're in classroom, and there's some factors, of course, at home that are making it a bit more challenging. But that being said, we're off to a really great year, and we're going to be showing you some things today. Um,
We,
Yeah, go ahead, Miss.
we really just wanted to take some time to connect with you before our first concert because October feels like it's too far into the school year before our first social event. So we just wanted, especially we have a lot of new students in choir, and we wanted to say hello and say hi to the parents out there. So for those of you who don't know us, we're going to take a second and introduce ourselves. I'm Brittany Kirby, and this is Michael Nahar. We have been teaching at Paly. I've been at Paly now. This is my 6th year. Mr. Nahar, 13, 15, something.
17, Miss Kirby. I know you're
No way.
yeah, I know I look so
No
young, and
way.
yes, I'm like the Jason Bateman of choral directors. I sort of, I'm somewhere in the past 30. No, I'm nothing like that. But uh yeah, I've been here since 2003. It's hard to believe. Um and still having a great time and enjoying it, and you know, we're learning something new every day. Um the the first thing I'd like to talk about is actually something that's an alum. So, from my years here, I've had a lot of talented students. Miss Kirby and I've got to enjoy some just unbelievably talented students, and they come through our doors, and we're lucky to have them and teach them. One of them is a young man named Axel Manzour, and Axel was a Pali Madrigal, not from Palo Alto. He traveled from far and away and came here to Palo Alto and joined us. And in some ways, he was a bit of a secret singer. I didn't know all of his talents until after he graduated, but he was a force to be reckoned with, and has started to really make um, uh, uh, his name be known. He was recently featured on NBC's Songland, where one of his songs got some really high praise from some huge producers and people in the industry. And he tours and is just making a living as a musician. And I asked him if he would come and sing for this event. We pre-taped it the other day just to make sure all the tech would go as well as it could, and it went fabulous. So we're going to begin with a song by a cover that he did, and we didn't set this up. He goes, I've been doing a cover of "Lean on Me," and I go, "Oh my, Axel, we have been we just taught 'Lean on Me.' That was one of the songs that we gave to all the students to begin the school year." So without further ado, if I can make all of this happen, this is Axel Mansour singing "Lean on Me."
One round with you real quick, just so I remember it.
Sure.
So it's sometimes in our life we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. For it won't be long till I'm gone. when you're not strong, I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. For it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. You just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody. See, that's the part. I forgot what I did there. So I need to go. So just to call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. Oh, I remember what it is. Here we go. So just to call on me, brother, when you need a hand. That's what it is. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'll understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me, I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. For it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Lean on.
It's so nice to hear live music. Even when it's over Zoom, it just reminds us why we do what we do. And I love those moments where like he makes a mistake and then he just keeps going and moves past it. That's such a good lesson for all of us because we all have those moments. I love that.
Yeah, he wanted to he goes, "Well, I'll record it again." I said, "No, no, no. We're going to do it just like that." That's exactly the way. It was a real treat, and I hope it was a treat for you.
Thank you. I don't know. We need to send Axel a little note from all of our choir students because that was fantastic.
Yep. And a little more Axel to come later in the program.
Perfect. So we wanted to take a minute and talk to you about some important aspects of our choir community that keep us going. And they're so important, and they're even more important right now in this online world. And the first that we're going to talk about is our choir staff. So our choir staff is a group of students who show up on a weekly basis. They're planning events. They're working on surprises that are to come in this school year. So we're so grateful that they put their time and energy into making our choir feel like a home on Paly campus. And Paly's a big place, so we all need a place where we feel comfortable. And so we're just really grateful to them and their time and energies. They've made a quick introduction video so that you can get to know them, especially if you're a new student. These are the students that you should be reaching out to if you have questions. They are amazing leaders in our group. So here is our choir staff introducing themselves. We go.
Hi, I'm Edie.
I'm Gabby.
I'm Jason.
I'm Alyssa.
I'm Sophia.
I'm Kate.
I'm Allison.
I'm Lauren.
I'm Caitlin.
I'm Veronica.
And I'm Ben, your choir president. Together, we're the members of choir staff, and we're here for you to organize and set up events and to answer your questions.
I'm the choir librarian. Usually I handle sheet music, but I am currently unemployed.
I'm the social media coordinator. Follow us on Instagram at Paly Choirs for updates and memes.
We are super excited to get to know you all this year.
Hopefully, we'll get to sing together in person later on.
But we'll still continue to have fun virtually. Mr. Nahar and Ms. Kirby are both doing a great job at distance learning.
If you've got any questions, you can find all our contact info on the Google Doc that's linked in the Concert Choirs Schoology page in the folder Course Information.
Or feel free to reach out to us by email at pahschoirstaff@gmail.com.
Thank you for joining choir. We're looking forward to making music with you.
Thank you so much, choir staff, for making that video and introducing yourselves to our students. That's awesome.
I'm so glad Jason thinks
we're doing a good job.
Doing a good job, yeah.
I know, it's so nice. Thanks, Jason.
I hope it's true, Jason. I hope you didn't just say it. But yeah, thank you. You're doing a good job learning. How about that?
Yeah.
All right. So now, I don't know if you know this, but all the way back in 1540, I swear this is true. I found somewhere deep in the archives of Palo Alto High School some sort of video format, and I found a Zoom call in the year 1540.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's shocking.
And it's hard to believe. And I want to share it with you because it's a Zoom call from the Paly Madrigals. I mean, again, this is just insane. Let me see if I can, is this right? Here, let me just make sure. I want to do my best. Miss Kirby, did you turn off my screen?
No, I haven't yet, but I will.
Could you please?
Okay. There we go.
Thank you. Now watch this, everyone. This is nuts.
Hear ye, hear ye. In consideration of the recent outbreak of what our good King Henry VIII is calling the French flu, we are hereby closing the following businesses: barb shops, bars, baby stores, and breakfast establishments.
Crier, why does everything begin with the B?
Do you know of any barb shops that begin with an A? The following businesses will remain open: some barber shops, some bars, some baby stores, and some breakfast establishments.
There is no rhyme or reason to this.
Yes, but there is alliteration, and that is reason enough.
I demand a full list of closures and when they will be reopening, including sporting events. I haven't been able to see a beheading in almost 6 months, and it's just not the same watching from the castle towers. You really need to be there to feel the experience.
Crier, when will the schools reopen? The 3 children I have left who haven't died of another disease are driving me mad. And this new math? Ugh. When I was a child, 128 times 32 equaled who cares, because God will take care of it.
My lords and ladies, our good King Henry VIII is working with our top magicians in an effort to rid the virus from our castle walls. One of the magicians is here today. Please welcome Lord Fauci.
Actually, Crier, I'm a doctor of infectious disease.
You're not a magician? But King Henry said the virus would magically go away.
Sadly, this is not the case. I recommend that we, the Madrigals, remain separate until it is safe to return to the castle halls.
Does that mean we must continue to meet through the castle windows? I feel like I'm constantly playing the Guess Who game.
The king will not be pleased.
Where is the king today?
He sends his regards. He's with his new bride, Catherine Howard. She is trying very hard to remain socially distant.
From other people?
No, from him. Let us celebrate our good king, our good fortune, as we continue on our journey.
Well, we'd like to thank the. I'm so glad we found the that evidence of a Zoom call in 1540. Sounds a lot like now. Hard to believe it, but we're so grateful that the Madrigals were able to find their attire, meet us in the castle, and share the good news that madrigals are still being madrigals, spectrum will still be spectrum, singers will still sing. Yes, it will be different in the castle walls, but we are going to make some really fun things happen. And Miss Kirby and I are sharpening up our video editing skills.
Yes, we are.
So we're going to refresh our LinkedIn and have some new things there for you.
So we're going to take another Axel break, and he is going to talk to us a little bit.
Yeah, so I asked Axel a little bit about what his experience was like at Paly. And I said, Axel, you weren't always this amazing, confident person who would be on television, or, maybe you had the bits of that. But, and I said, Axel, when did you find your voice? And I sort of want to share that moment that he was talking about, because it was really impactful and beautiful.
It's funny because I think that question could be answered in like both, and I can sort of dictate specific periods of my life where I feel like I really became more aware of my voice. But I would also say that I'm still finding my voice, like that is both incredibly humbling and sometimes very scary, and also other times, no pun intended, but other times it's very exciting. I think, like, I love being a beginner and I love learning. And so the idea that I can continually evolve is really important to me. And all my favorite artists that I look up to have continually evolved in terms of their voice, musically or artistically. But that's more esoteric. So in terms of when I started to, I mean, this is not like, I'm not just pandering to the audience. Like, joining choir, like, was a pivotal moment in my life. And I wouldn't have done it if not for my sister, who had done choir when she went to high school. But different high school, different country. But when she was like, I know you like music, you should really consider joining choir now that you're at this new school. And I think, like, what you exposed me to in terms of, like, Brahms, like, like that sort of, like, choral style, which then eventually, made me want to be a part of, like, a cappella groups, because I was, like, in Heartbreakers when I was in high school. But then I went into Trojan Men when I was at USC. Like, that, I was always like, I started as a guitarist, but, like, doing choir is what made me be like, I want to sing. And not only do I want to sing, but I want to do, like, crazy vocal layering. Like, here are all these really incredible ways in which you can use the voice, not just as, I don't know, like, as the front of a song, but as a texture and as an instrument. And I don't think that I really would have, like, I really do credit, like, being in choir as, like, being a very foundational moment for me. And it was also the first time, just being in that room and, like, singing, it was the first time that I developed any sort of awareness of, like, other people being like, oh, that guy's got a good voice. Because before that, I had no, there was not really a lot of encouragement, like, in my household of, like, my singing voice. It was just sort of like, I sang, but it was kind of whatever. No one really took special interest in, like, in the fact that I sang. Because also my brother's a musician and my sister's a musician, like, and I think for some reason I just never felt like that was a special part of me. And so being in choir, actually, like, noticing people being like, hey, like, I really like your voice. Like, that was the first time that it ever happened for me. And it was, especially for, like, a 15-year-old or whatever, however old you are.
I love that he's old enough now to have forgotten kind of like where he was at that time. I'm so honored because Brittany and I get to again teach these incredibly talented students, and choir still means something to them. And
And I think just
Yeah.
the journey of choir, like singing is something you take with you forever. Like people sing until they're 95, and we hope that you will continue to sing until you're 95, and that it will bring you joy and it will bring you comfort and it will help you cope and it will get you through tough times and get you through happy times. And I think that Axel talks really beautifully about that journey of finding your voice and exploring it as you grow and as your voice grows. So we're gonna change directions a little bit and talk about the FOPC. So the Friends of Paly Choir is Paly Choir's nonprofit, and it is one of the lifelines that we have at Paly to create such a robust and vibrant choir program. We have amazing volunteers who serve on our board. We are grateful for donations which help us purchase music, help us purchase guest artists to come and visit and talk with our students. And so this nonprofit is huge to what we can provide our students and the privilege that we have in Palo Alto. So we would like to have Brandy Olson talk to you for a few minutes about the Friends of Paly Choir. So here is Brandy.
Hi everyone, I'm Brandy Olson, President of Friends Paly Choir. Wanted to introduce myself along with the other board members who are not right here in my Zoom room, but they are out there in the audience. So if you get a chance to see them in any Zoom meetings or anything, say hi. Their names are Yan Lin, she's our marketing director. We have Lee Tobanek, who's our communications lead. And then Sharon Tobias, she's our treasurer. So wave hi if you get to see them in any other meeting. We hope maybe to connect in person. And thank you so much. Definitely one of those big gifts that we received from our alum last year, our donor, got us these mics. They're microphones. Look at this. It's so awesome. Technology in their own homes. So amazing. They're also getting above and beyond experience with guest speakers and artists. We're able to get great sheet music and access to licenses to receive some really great music. Attire, of course, we have the costumes that are going to be utilized at some point this year. And then headphones, green screens, oh my gosh, you name it. A lot of these assets have been able to be useful this year more than anything. So thank you so much for your generous donations. Another topic I wanted to discuss was about how you as parents can get involved. We would love to have you serve on the board this next year. You can come to the meetings. Right now we're Zooming. I will be posting those on Up to Us. The meetings, it's the second Tuesday of every month going forward. And you can also volunteer time. Right now it's a little bit slow as far as on-site events because we're not doing those things. But with that limit, we're going to be filling in some of that time, that useful time, to do outreach to the community and also anything that the teachers would need us to do behind the scenes. Second semester, we'll get a little bit more information, but for now, for those of you that asked, those are the things that you can initiate and reach out to me on Up to Us. That's our platform, our main form of communication. So for those of you that are still interested in doing anything, first sign up and get access to the Up to Us community platform. Right now, Lee did a fantastic job adding everybody from the roster, but there's still about 60 outstanding invites. So anybody who either submitted different emails or whatnot, if you can just confirm with us that you have the right email, or we have the right email for you, that would be great. And then we'll stay posting pictures and information there for us. So anyways, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and continue with the evening and go ahead and grab your concession from your counter and enjoy.
Thank you so much, Brandy, for making that video and giving a brief introduction to FOPC and how important they are to us.
Yeah, and she's right. We're already using those things in that little madrigal video. The green screens, microphones, all those things are happening so that we can continue to make music. And it's a part of how we are learning. And we're grateful that we have a supportive community that does that. It's always hard to ask for us. It's hard for us to ask but we want to, because we want to support our students. That if you can give in any way, if you can continue to support us and support the students, we really appreciate it, because we think it's making a big difference.
Me too.
We're going to finish with one more song from Axel. This is an original composition. If you got the link of his other original composition that was featured on Songland, you know he's just a terrific songwriter. And this one's still like on the down low, so it's nice that we're getting to hear it before it's published and ready up on his Spotify. So he talks a little bit about it, but we're going to end with that.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
And we'll see you at our first concert.
Absolutely.
Play this is kind of in the same vein, or at least emotional vein, of Lean on Me. The reason being that this is a very lonely time. You know, we're all stuck at home, and maybe getting sick of our families, but like, it's a hard time. It's hard to be socially distant. It's hard to be apart, and we are social creatures. We need each other. And that's why Lean on Me, I felt like just was so, you know, plus Bill Withers passing away, an absolute legend. It just felt like, I don't know, it just felt like the right time to be thinking about that song. But there's been a lot of suffering, you know, especially over the last 5 months. It's been a hard time. It's been a hard time for almost everybody except the billionaires, but whatever. For the rest of us, it's been a really hard time. And I was just, I had stopped writing, and I had stopped writing for like 3 weeks. This was right around when the protests began. And I just couldn't write anything because I was so upset, and I felt so small, and I felt so powerless. And I wanted to do something, you know, I was like, maybe I should go protest, but I don't want to get COVID. And you know, how can I make an effect, or how can I have an effect on something that feels so out of my control? And then, you know, just, I guess it got to a point where there was something that just needed to come out. And I like sat down with my guitar, and I was feeling pretty sad. I was feeling pretty glum. And I started writing this song, and it basically just wrote itself. And so the song is called Blue. I feel blue. Don't know what to do. I've been posting, I've been preaching, I've been holding it back. I feel small, and I don't know who to call. I've been fighting, I've been screaming, I've been holding it back. I've been blind all this time, all these cries. What am I? I feel
I've been posting, I've been preaching, I've been holding it back. I've been blind all this time, all these cries. What am I if I'm just telling white
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much
you
for spending
coming.
your evening with us.
Have a good night.
See you in next month.